Good morning, this is Sarah, your healthy carnivore in the UK. Every day I forget to check which day I'm on. So let's just introduce myself. I found Carnivore in December 2014. I had a bumpy journey, and then on the 22nd of July last year, which is very close to 6 months ago, I committed, and now I'm all in, never going back to a mixed diet. I'm done. Never going to get left behind ever again. Now, I'm one of those people that takes a long time to fat adapt, to try and lose weight, and that is one of the reasons I was so scenic and bumpy, because I would think it was a good idea to weigh myself, and then it wasn't a good idea to weigh myself, because it just takes some bodies a really long time. Some people can start losing weight instantly. Some people can lose 25 pounds in 2 minutes. For some of us, it's a waiting game. I do know that there are ways that you can try and speed things up, but I've been trying to not tweak. I get advice all the time. Give up dairy. Well, I'm not eating dairy, so I can't do that. Up your fat, down your fat, up your protein, down your protein, increase your exercise, calm down more, don't do any, let your body heal. But for the whole time I've been in the carnivore space, I've never forgotten the advice given to me by the original veterans, which is don't over-exercise, let your body heal, let your hormones heal, you will lean out in time. And I've always wondered what would happen if I do that. And I think you know where this is going, in that a couple of days ago, I did ask my viewers to tell me, what should I do? Should I keep waiting or tweak in some way? Now, you could say that, doing some weight training isn't really tweaking as such. It's doing what's right for the body. And yes, I think my muscles getting a lot stronger is a good thing for my body. But if that suddenly kicks me into weight loss, people will always say, you started exercising. And then there will always be a grey area for me, because I want to do this forever now. I'm going to be a carnivore forever. So it doesn't really matter when the weight comes off. Would I like it to all come off this year? Of course I would. I'm not silly. I've got clothes that have been put away for years that I dream about wearing, and I would love to wear them again, because even though I've never been thin, I was slimmer before. But before I go on any further, I want to make sure that people understand that this isn't laziness. If I do decide to make a decision that I'm going to delay for a month starting weight training, it has got absolutely nothing to do with laziness. It's all about me setting out to find out where my healing point is, where my weight loss beginning point is. If I tweak in any way, for example, if I started doing dry fasting, or I started doing fat fasting, or started doing sardine fasting, or started just doing rampant exercise and hardly eating anything, or eating loads more, that's changing something. And I'm trying to find out what my natural healing point is. That will hopefully make sense to some people. So I did do a poll out, not an official YouTube poll, just if you're watching this, should I tweak or should I not tweak? Should I just keep going exactly as I'm going and wait a bit longer? The reason I'm twitching at the moment is because I'm starting to get this feeling that I might have become fat adapted. I'm starting to get those symptoms that people talk about with fat adaptation, reduced appetite, energy through the roof that lasts all day, and starting to see some shrinkage around my waist. So I'm starting to see that. And that's without increasing my exercise, without starting weight training, without doing anything special. At nearly 6 months, this appears. Now, I have my fingers crossed the whole time, because I am so used to not losing weight that the concept of losing weight to me has become completely and utterly alien. Completely and utterly, that doesn't happen to me. That doesn't happen to me. The amount of comments I've put on posts in the past saying, well, I don't happen to lose weight on carnivore, but I do it for the health benefits. And now I may be. So what was interesting though, and this is not a judgment on anyone, please understand this is purely observational. Whenever I talk, it's generally observational. This is what I've observed. This is what I heard. This is what this person said. It's all just observation, not judging anyone. But I did seem to find that it was actually, this is not 100% science, but it was generally the males that encouraged me to start getting the exercise in. And it was generally the females saying, wait a month. There was one exception to that. But in general, I had everyone that said start exercising was the male, with one exception, and everyone that said wait a bit longer were all female. So that's interesting. It's not a judgment. I'm not stereotyping. I'm just saying that was just an interesting observation. I'm not going to comment any further on that because, you know, I did ask for your input and I'm very grateful to receive any input. As long as someone's not calling me a liar, you can input in any way you like, as long as it's constructive. And so I've been thinking about it and I just thought to myself, and this is not laziness, by the way, I'm going to wait till the 1st of March. A few weeks ago, I don't know how long ago it was now, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I put the scales away in the attic. I don't know the exact date. And I declared that I wasn't going to weigh myself again until the 1st of March. So I've set 1st of March as decision time. It's the start of spring. I am going to continue exactly what I am doing. I am not changing a thing. And I want to see if my theory is correct that I have started fat adapting. Because if I have, then that means that my healing time is set at between 5 to 6 months. So, and then I'll be able to say to people on other comments, when I'm in the future, if I decide to coach people, in the future, if I'm seeing comments that I want to respond to in Facebook or other places, I can legitimately say, I didn't lose any fat until 5 to 6 months. And I don't want to be called out as the someone that started that weight training. So I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to do this forever, so it really doesn't matter when this happens. So the plan is, this morning, do exactly what I'm doing. Keep getting the same amount of sleep. Keep getting the same amount of protein and fat that I have been. Keep enjoying the energy. Try not to measure too much because it might put me off, but on the 1st of March, I'm going to measure all my extremities and weigh myself and then decide. And then I might put the poll out again as an actual poll where you get to vote and comment underneath. So that is going to now be extended to the 1st of March. Why am I doing this? You probably think I'm insane. The ones that said definitely start the exercising probably think I'm crazy at this point. But I've been following the long-term veterans for a long time. And their theory was always, don't over-exercise, don't tweak. Eat fatty meat till you're full, stop when you're full, and drink to thirst, get on with your life. Which is kind of what I'm doing. And I said to my son, as I know I've said this to you before, for those of you that follow my channel, you will have heard this before. I said to my son, I don't know when the healing is going to be for me or the weight loss. And he said, well, Mum, you've got to find out. It's your job now to find out. And that means not changing anything. Yeah, I totally understand that if I started to hit the gym hard now at this point, it probably would trigger more fat adaptation. It probably would trigger more fat loss. But then that kind of takes the healing out the equation, because I can then no longer claim it was natural hormonal healing. If that makes sense. I've probably already lost some people, and some of you are probably still interested, and that's okay. That's what this video is all about. It's my vlog. It's my thing. But in a year's time, 2 years' time, 3 years' time, when I'm talking to other people about this and they're interested in my journey and I'm being interviewed by... I'm actually going to be, on the side note, I'm actually going to be interviewed by Dr. Kiltz in the middle of the summer. I've arranged it with Alia now. She emailed me a couple of weeks ago to say, would you like to be interviewed on a 5 a.m. live with Dr. Kiltz? I then felt immediately sad because I didn't feel like I was ready for that. I didn't feel like my journey was spectacular enough. I need to get to the other side. Now that interview is, I'm going to try and schedule the interview around my 1 year carniversary, just after, but depending on if he's available. I don't know whether he's on holiday at that time, but I have said to her that I will email. She has agreed, said that I'm welcome anytime. Great. I've also got an open door with Kerry at Homestead How. So those two things are on the back burner for when my journey becomes more, when there's something to really say, when I'm really there, you know. And that includes some weight loss too. Now, if I am right about this fat adaptation thing, by the time I get to July the 22nd, which is my 1-year anniversary, fingers crossed, I've got something to say. But I know that Dr. Kiltz doesn't mind. Dr. Kiltz. I don't think he's going to mind that I don't have spectacular weight loss, because even though he is lean, and, you know, and lots of us are, he is someone that, because he's a fertility doctor, he isn't put off by women carrying some fat around. Not necessarily 200 or 300 pounds of excess fat, but he's not somebody that's that thinks that we should all walk around thin. He's someone that thinks that actually, you know, carrying some fat around is good for baby making. Not that I'm planning on doing that anytime soon, because I'm going to be 50 on my next birthday and my womb has retired big time. In here anyway. Sadly, the stupid womb is still carrying on doing its normal thing, but it's not going to get its way. Not going there again. That's information. But I just think, so I'm going to definitely do that. So at the end of July, there should be an interview with Dr. Kiltz, 5 a.m. Around the same time, I'm going to try and get onto the Kerry channel as well, because then I can say, messed around for all that time, now done 1 year, have all these health benefits and this fat loss to boot. Great. So yeah, the decision-making process has happened in that it's going to be the 1st of March. I'm going to make an ultimate decision. Probably put out another poll, see what everyone thinks. Now, you're probably thinking, how much weight are you going to lose for it to be satisfactory? Not much. Not much. If there's any movement at all in the scales, I'll probably put it up to another month again and start at 1st of April. This is how, yeah. If there's absolutely no movement at all, I think I'll probably move to doing some working out, because I want to be slimmer this summer. And if there's absolutely no movement, I'm going to build my metabolism. But if there's some, between 2 and 6 pounds, I'll probably just leave it and keep doing what I'm doing, because I want to see how my body can heal all by itself. I say all by itself. I'm making some great decisions. I'm eating my fatty meat every day. I'm drinking my water every day. I'm making great decisions for my body, and I'm hoping it's responding. As you know, I lost my 15 skin tags now. I don't have skin tags. You may be able to see a couple of tiny red scars there, but I did have one huge one here that my son said looked like a scrotum. It has gone. It is no longer there. So many other health benefits. Massive inflammation loss. I believe there to be some visceral fat loss as well. And I just think that my body is doing good stuff. And I'm going to continue to allow it to do its good stuff. My job is also fairly physical. It's not like I'm sitting in a recliner waiting to die. I am on my feet the entire day, getting up often on the floor, getting up and down out of small chairs, doing my squats and lunges and things. So it's not like I'm doing nothing. But I'm not doing so much that it's stressing my body, and I think that's a good thing. So, yeah. 1st of March is going to be super interesting, because it's going to be the spring, and that's when I make my decision of what I'm going to do next. Oh, we will see. That's when I'm going to measure myself. I will take a waist measurement, a thigh measurement, and a body overall mass measurement on that day, and then I'll report back and said, this is where I am, and it'll either be, I seem to have fat adapted in losing weight, or I'm not, and I'm going to do weights now. So I'm now just repeating myself. I'm just repeating myself at this point. But yeah, the comments were interesting. I think I already knew what I wanted to do, because I want to stay true to those old veterans, those original carnivore pioneers that said, just heal, just heal. You will want to do exercise at some point. This is another thing though, what's interesting before I go away on this subject. It's interesting how in the last couple of weeks, I have considered upping my exercise. Now, normally when you fat adapt, now somebody left a comment, and I'm really, really sorry, but I can't remember who left the comment now, because I get so many, well, not many, not like other big channels, but I get some. And one of them said that one of the signs of full fat adaptation is that you have more fidgety energy, and you are more inclined to want to go and do some exercise to use up that energy. The fact that I've even considered starting to do some exercise and have actually considered it and looked up some exercise on YouTube suggests that I now do have that energy. So that's a good sign, right? So I've got the reduced appetite. I'm not able to eat as much in the morning. I don't eat that much. In the evening, I was having a load of pork belly and chicken thighs. Now I can only manage the pork belly and can't get the chicken thighs in. So my appetite has decreased a bit. My energy is all day plateau, not running out about 12 and 1 like it was. And the tape measure's showing good things. And people are starting to notice. So keep going. I'm going to test the theory that a 10-year carnivore cannot possibly be overweight. And that means no tweaking. That means living my normal life in its normal, natural way, eating what I believe to be the proper human diet, and seeing what happens. So I've made my decision. I am not changing anything I'm doing until the 1st of March. Keep going as I am going. On Sunday, I'll be picking up... We're very close to buying this car. It's... Somebody advised me not to buy a car of that age. Well, they stopped making this particular model of car in 1999. So if I want that particular car, it's got to be old. I love a bit of risk. I love being different to everyone else. I think something that's interesting about me is that I'm so different to everyone else. I think differently about pretty much everything. I'll have the oldest car in the car park. I'm the only person in the village eating meat, just meat. I love it, actually. I used to find that quite hard, swerving away from the herd. And now I just get a buzz out of it. And it just makes me laugh. I have got the courage to walk alone in this world. And I'm happy with that. Do what's right for you. If you've got any sun, go and get it. If you've got any meat, eat it. If you've got any water, drink it. As the Carnivore Odyssey says, protect your peace. And just do what it takes for you to be healthy, happy and thriving. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Bye.